Hello, everybody. We're live. Welcome to the channel, Real Lady Electrician. My name's Crystal, and I am a retired electrician. Okay. So today, it was 2 weeks ago when I was on. I was like, "Why are all these ADHD tests? Why do you have to? You take the test, then you get to the end, and to get the answers, to get your score, you have to pay." And that's all that they do that for a lot of mental health tests. So don't be pulled in by that because it's a scam. And that IQ test thing, don't do that either. I don't even know if they're accurate, to be honest. But I found 3 free ones, and what I did was I put in free ADHD test for adults. So if you're interested in them, look that up, and then we're going to go over all 3 of the tests. And again, if it's just me, we're going to only be here for an hour. Because I know it's summertime. I know people are busy because I'm busy. Oh, you know where I forgot to put it in the, oh man. Did I put it in the Instagram chat? And Wellness Wednesday. Oh, it just says canceled. I am live. I put it on UC StreamYard. Sorry, friends, I am live today. Forgot to post here. We have a Wellness Wednesday live chat. If you're interested in joining, and you just contact me, and as long as you follow all our rules, we'll let you in. Yeah, we welcome everybody. And it's just to keep you updated on the Wellness Wednesday Live. And then if you're having any problems, you can always come in there and chat, and somebody will talk to you, or once somebody's on, they'll talk to you, or you know what I mean. So, and it's all about mental health and how you're doing and things like that. So I am a little tired today. I'm having coffee. I didn't take my medicine early enough. I know. I didn't get up till noon. I didn't get out of the bed till noon. And that's very bad. But what I did was I haven't been sleeping through the night, so my antidepressant, I can increase it to help me sleep better. So I did. So I slept till noon. Not very bright, but so I am behind a little bit today, a little slow, but we are going to go through the tests. And if you're interested, you'll also see where you can get them. You can put in free adult ADHD test, and then don't do the sponsored ones. Go down, and it'll show you the 3 I'm going to show you that are not. Let me put share video. Is that it? Or is that it? This is share. Okay. Share screen. We're going to do, what was the first one? Let me go right here. The first one is Mental Health America. Screeningmentalhealthinternational.org. Mental Health America. Okay, that's the first one I took. I think the first 2 were short and the third one was longer. So we may have to go over this. All right, there it is. I don't know if it's on the top. I need to put my glasses on, of course. Sorry, guys. Okie dokie. Mental health. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So we're going to scroll back up to the top so you can see it. Okay, you can see it right here. Can you see can you even see like the login? You can't. Okay, so that is going to be MHA, Mental Health America, national.org. So when you're looking, when you put that in there for the free stuff, you want to look for mentalhealthamerica.org. All right. Now we're going to go through the test. Mental Health America test. Okay. Everyone. Okay. Everyone has times when they have trouble concentrating or keeping their mind on what they're doing. What we want to know is whether you have had difficulty concentrating or keeping your mind on what you're doing most of the time. Now, the reason that I have never been diagnosed or wondering what I have is because I am not hyper. I've never been hyper. I am my favorite activities are like reading, swimming, not competitively, just, hanging out in the pool. And I have trouble focusing, and I have trouble staying on a single trajectory. So I have the attention deficit. I daydream. When I was little, I would daydream all the time. Like the real world didn't get my attention as much as my. So I have the AD, but I don't have the HD. I'm not hyper. So we are going to take this test. That's why I've never thought I've had it. But now people are talking about it more since they're talking about mental health more. And I've seen the quizzes, and I'm thinking that maybe I do. But I'm not interested in taking medication. I'm trying to do things to, like there's a lot of helpful tips online. Hey, Michelle, how are you? We're talking about free ADHD tests today. And I was just saying how I never thought I had it because I'm not hyper at all. I'm like a daydreamer, a zoner, outer person. So I have the attention deficit part, but I don't have the hyperactivity. Yeah. So I took these tests, and I can't remember my score, so I'm going to take them again while we're here, and they're free. I found free tests. Like last time I was talking about every kind of mental health test they want you to pay for. Women's symptoms are so vast, right? So I'm not interested in being on medication. What I'm trying to do is develop habits and coping skills to help me, since I know I have it, to help me to and there's a lot of that online too. I don't believe all of it, but some of them are very helpful. And I'll talk to you. ADHD, I'm looking in here. ADHD. I'm not sure what that means, Michelle. Give me a little more info. And I didn't take my medicine in time, so I'm a little bit unfocused, and I apologize for that. So yeah, so I've got the tests, and I did score, like I have signs of it. And I think also, hi Wilma, how are you? We're talking today about ADHD. It's good to see you. Let us know how you're doing. I know you've been having some stuff going on. But today we're talking about ADHD. Oh, you're good. I'm doing good as well. GTSY. I'm sorry. I took my medicine. It might be the creamer in my coffee making me. I am doing much better with my new kitty. Should be here any day. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, you're going to have a new friend for life. one thing I'm going to tell you is they're adorable, but do not play with them with your hand. You're going to want to get the belly, and you're going to want, don't, because when they get bigger, they'll think it's okay to scratch at your hand, and it hurts a lot more when they're bigger. Thank you. Working hard on the other channel. Awesome. Autism spectrum disease with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Oh, that's awesome. I'm used to that, Wilma says. To the kitty scratches. Yeah, I just I had a cat and I did that. And so whenever you would sit, she would think it was okay to grab your hand if it was dangling anywhere or just sitting there. She would just like attack. And it hurt when she got bigger. Yep. I am moving to Oregon next year. Wow. You're in Florida, right? What's in Oregon? Family, friends? Hey, pretty ladies. Hi, Brandy. How are you? Oh, that's awesome, Wilma. You'll be near family and friends. That's great. That always helps with your with any mental health stuff when you have family that you like around. Oh, her boyfriend. Oh, okay. He's in Oregon. Hello, Brandy. How are you doing, Brandy? How are your little chicks? I love pets. Wilma was just saying she's getting a kitten soon. And what we started out, my family is there. I want to be with him. My family is here. I want to be. Oh, okay. I got you, Wilma. Definitely take your time. Get to know him. How long have you been seeing him? We got chicks like crazy. Just had to give some roosters away. LOL. Oh, it's too many babies. Busy roosters. Yeah. Okay, so today we're talking about the free ADHD tests. And 2 weeks ago, when I was online, I was talking about how every test I see, they won't give you your results unless you pay for them. So I put in the search, free ADHD test. Oh, that's awesome. Another coop. Yep. I know. I remember you were married. So it's good that you've known him for a long time. That's good. So I put in the search free instead of just ADHD test. I put free ADHD testing, and I found 3 that I really liked. So we're going to go over those. We met here on YouTube. Oh, Wilma, if he brings you happiness, I say go for it. Yep, absolutely, Brandy. Absolutely. Oh, Wilma, that's so sweet. So I have the 3 tests. And if you want to take them with me, or if you want to take them later, I'm going to give you the websites and everything. But what I did is what I put in the search was free ADHD test. Okay. Don't do the sponsored ones. You go past that and you'll find these 3. And I'm going to give you the, also, I'm going to give you the websites, because it doesn't show up on the, when I go to the, like right here, it doesn't show you all the stuff on the top. It just shows you the other stuff. I don't have ADHD, but know people that do. Yeah, I think it's more common than we realized when we were younger, because they used to just say they were bad kids, not that they had a disease or difficulty. Because you remember there was always that kid that was like hyper, and they would just say he's just bad, or his parents didn't, but now we know that it's a disorder. What we didn't know then, we know better now. So, and I was saying I'm not hyper, but I am a daydreamer ever since I was young. So I have trouble focusing is what it is I daydream. So I'm not focusing on what I'm supposed to be doing. So, so I took the test and I do have some signs of it. I think it's I think the spectrum is, I think it's a wide spectrum. Do you know what I mean? And so I do have, I lean more to the ADHD side than regular. Me too on focusing. Yes. Yes. And so I'm not interested in taking medication for it. I'm trying to, since I realize that I have it to a degree, I'm trying to use techniques to help me focus better. So, yeah. Uh-oh. Do I still have that up? Oh. Yeah. So, yeah, so we're going to go over the test, and I'll give you the website, and you can take it right here with me, or you can just go to later and see. Alrighty, so let's go. My therapist is working with me on that. That's awesome. They give us coping skills. Hi, Joe. How are you doing? It's good to see you. I'm so glad you guys saw that, because I forgot to post it in the chat. I can't believe, I don't know. Like I said, I took, I've been having trouble sleeping, so I can adjust my antidepressant, because if I'm more depressed, I need more of it. So, I took my full dose last night, and it knocks me out so I can sleep through the night, but I didn't wake up till noon. So I am a little out of sorts. I usually wake up around 10:30, something like that. So I didn't take my medicine in time. I'm a little foggy. And so anyways, I apologize for that. And I forgot to post it on there. Let's go. So we're going to look at these free ADHD tests. So the first one I have is, it's screening dot. Let me see if I can copy this and put it in the chat. Uh-oh, no. Okay. Control-C. Copy. Let me see. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to figure out. I drank a little too much with my boyfriend. I'm had no problem sleeping. LOL. Oh. Oh. Now Control V. Command V. Okay. This is the website. that I'm on right now. I'm sorry for the coughing. Like I said, I didn't take my medicine in time, and waking up at noon really throws me off. That 2 hours makes a huge difference. So here is the test. That's the link. Let's go over here. And we're going to go through the test. Okay. Everyone has times when they have trouble concentrating or keeping their mind on what they're doing. What we want to know is whether you have had difficulty concentrating or keeping your mind on what you're doing most of the time. First question. In the last 3 months, have you often had trouble keeping your mind on what you were doing most of the time? Yes. In the last 3 months, how often have you forgotten what you are supposed to be doing or what you had planned to do? I have forgotten what I'm supposed to be doing. Have you often found it hard to keep your mind on what you are doing when other things are going on? Yes. Have you often tried not to do things where you would need to pay attention for a long time? No, I don't think so. Have you often made a lot of mistakes because it's hard for you to do things carefully? No, because I can slow myself down. Have you often felt fidgety, physically restless, or felt like always had to be moving or doing something? Had it been difficulty to stay still for any length of time? Now, I do, like, you know how sometimes people will, I do this thing with my leg. Hey, Shelly. What mean, Shelly? What's that? How are you doing, beautiful Shelly? We're looking at an ADHD test. I'm taking it right now. What was that question that I didn't understand? It was, in the last 3 minutes, have you often felt fidgety? I do that thing with my leg, where you like, can you see it bounces? If I'm very anxious or agitated, I will do that. So the answer to the question is, I don't know. Let me put this back up here. Let's do it right. Okay. Okay. So I would say yes, fidgety, but I don't know. In the last year, have you taken medication for being overactive, hyperactive, or having trouble paying attention? No. I do take an anxiety medicine that helps me focus. It's called Buspar, but I don't know if that counts. Please answer the questions below, rating yourself on each of the criteria shown. As you answer each question, select the button that best describes how you felt conducting yourself over the past 6 months. Make sure. Okay, it's still here. Okay. I love you, mean Shelly. All right. So let's go back over here. How often do you have trouble wrapping up the final details of a project once the challenging parts have been done? Oh, that happens often. How often do you have difficulty getting things in order when you have to do a task that requires organization? Sometimes. How often do you have a problem remembering appointments and obligation? Very often. I use calendars. I use my phone calendar, and I have a calendar on my fridge. If I don't do that, I forget. How often do you fidget or squirm with hands or feet when you have to sit for a long time? Now that happens, especially if I'm in I'm not working now, but have you guys ever been in a meeting? I hate them. I am not a meeting person. And my one job, we used to have them all the time because I was in, what's it called? Planning, electrical planning. And every day a meeting. And oh man, I couldn't concentrate. I hated it. Hated it. So that's definitely a very often answer to that question. How often do you feel overly active and compelled to do things like you were driven by a motor? Rarely. How often do you make careless mistakes when you have to work on a boring or difficult project? Oh, sometimes, yeah. I do this thing where um I double and triple check my work. Here we are. If it's something important, that measure twice, cut once that everybody says, I will measure 3 or 4 times and then I will cut. Because I've made so many mistakes before, I do that now. And so that's a good thing for me. I'm trying to teach it to my sister because she has the shop now, and sometimes she makes mistakes, costly mistakes. But she says I'm learning, and I understand that. But I'm like, let's do a sample first. You missed a question unless I'm losing my mind. Oh, I probably did because I have ADD. Oh, how often do you have difficulty keeping your attention when you're doing boring, repetitive work? Often. Let's see, which question did I miss? Oh, how often do you have problems remembering appointments or obligations? Very often. That's why that was the calendar one. Thank you, Shelley. How often do you have difficulty concentrating on what people say to you, even when they're speaking to you directly? Um, like if it's a boring conversation, it's often. Now, this is something. How often do you misplace or have difficulty finding things at home or at work? It's often. So I have this thing I do now. I try to put everything back in the same place. Like if I take it from this spot, I put it back. And so when I can't find something, and I do have that problem, I will look in the spots I think it's supposed to be. When I eventually find it, I will put it in that first spot where I thought it was. Um, is this going to mess it up? Okay. So misplace or have difficulty. I would say often. How often are you distracted by activity or noise around you? You guys know very often because when I was looking out the window there, when we were having lives, and if a bird would fly by or a car, I would get distracted. I know. I know. No, your mind is not completely gone. All right. How often do you leave your seat in meetings or other situations which you are expected to remain seated? Like I told you, I hate meetings. Oh, they're so boring. I'm like, you couldn't have just written an email. How often do you feel restless or fidgety? I would say sometimes, but not often. How often do you have difficulty unwinding and relaxing when you have time to yourself? Oh, I don't have difficulty unwinding and relaxing. Um, I love to relax. I love to sit on the couch and watch TV. How often do you find yourself talking too much when you are in social situations? Now, I used to do that, and I don't do that anymore. When I was younger, like much younger. So I messed up several times and learned to keep my mouth shut. Yeah. If anybody, that's called the squirrel effect. Oh, for sure. I am just like a squirrel. Or like, what's that bird that likes shiny things? I'm like that too. Shiny things distract me as well. That's why I love makeup so much. When you're in a conversation, how often do you find yourself finishing the sentence of people you're talking to before they can finish them? Now, I used to do this often, very often. I have learned to control myself with that because I know it's rude. So now I just do it sometimes. Like if it's a really, really boring conversation, I'm like, let's move it on. And I will do that. But I try my best not to. How often do you have difficulty waiting your turn in situations when turn taken is required? I'm fine with waiting for my turn. How often do you interrupt others when they are busy? Now, I would say I don't do it often unless it's super important. If it's like, I know you're busy, but you have to know this now, like with my sister. If she's in the middle of doing something and I need to let her know right away about something, I will interrupt. And I don't mean to do that. And she knows I don't do it often. So, okay. These are optional questions. Are you taking the test for yourself or someone else? For myself. I am age 50. Am I 56 yet? I think I'm going to be 56 this year. So that says 55. Yeah. Gender female. Do you identify as transgender? No. Race, ethnicity. I'm not going to put any of that in there. Do you live in the United States? Yes. Which of the following populations best describe you? Veteran, student, new and expecting parent, healthcare worker. None of the above. Have you ever received treatment for a mental health problem? Yes. Are you receiving treatment? Yes. Think about a mental health test. What are the main things contributing to your mental health problems right now? Abuse, relationship, body image, low self esteem, school or work problems, loneliness and isolation, grief and loss, experiencing hate, bullying, state of the world, I don't know. See, I just have a chemical imbalance now. Now, a lot of that stuff happened to me in the past, but not right now. And so it caused a chemical imbalance in my brain, which caused me to be anxious and depressed. Oh, come here, buddy. I think everybody wants to see you. He was just in my lap. Come here, buddy. Come on. Let me get you. He was just up here and I didn't have the picture on. You want to say hi to everybody? There he is. This is my lovey, lovey kitty. Say hi, peoples. Hi. I miss my mommy. She was at the shop all day yesterday. No, they hate that when I do that, but I only do it once a week. So here he is, my baby. See him sitting like a baby. I love parties, but don't like to put in any. Pretties, but don't like to put it on my face anymore. Oh no! I think you had said you just haven't felt like doing makeup lately. Um, yes, he is so handsome. Teal'c. He's my lovey, lovey, lovey. He's my lovey, lovey. Sometimes I irritate him when I do that, but how long are you staying up? Are you ready to get down? See, when they start cleaning themselves, I don't like to. There you go, buddy. I'm like, if you need to clean yourself, you need to get off of me. I don't make up anymore either, Michelle said. Love black cats. Me too. You know, Shelly, I have 3. Oh, look, he's sitting on my lap here. What are you doing? Oops, sorry. My Bowie. He's just sitting here being a good boy. He just really wants attention. That's what I think. Okay. You know, I have 3. I love them. Now, my littlest, well, my youngest one, Barry Sanders, he definitely has ADHD. He's crazy. I've tried to show him to you guys before too. Usually Tilk is the only one, and then Ronan will come online sometimes, but mostly he just wants to irritate me, basically. Okay. Do you currently have health insurance? Yes. What is. I don't remember all this stuff. These are optional, right? Now view results. ADHD likely. Overall score 5 out of 6. Inattention 8 out of 9. Hyperactivity, see 3 out of 9. Your results indicate that you're experiencing some signs of ADHD. The results are not meant to be a diagnosis. You can meet with a doctor or therapist to get a diagnosis and or access therapy or medications. Sharing these results with someone you can trust, like your doctor. Next steps. More info and resources for ADHD. Okay, so ADHD is likely, it says. And how that helped me was, like I said, I'm trying to find different coping mechanisms. I know. Like I told you, I was gone all day yesterday, and he acts like I've been gone for a week. But yeah. And then usually I'll lay in the bed and he sits on me and I'll pet him. And since it was noon when I woke up, I had to get right up. And he's like, "What about me? What about me?" So he's my snuggly guy. So, but Ronan is my hug. Like I don't hug him, but I can hug Ronan because he's a big guy and he'll poke me, but he'll let me hug him like a big, big hug. Can I put you down now? We need to talk about the test. Ooh, ooh. My nose is itchy. My allergies, I don't know about you guys. And I think, Joe, you had quite some bad weather recently. Um, so I hope all's well where you're at. And, but, um, yeah, my allergies are going crazy. Shelly, do you have any allergies? You're in the same area I'm in. It's the trees right now, and apparently, I took an allergy test a while ago. I'm really allergic to trees. Not not all year, just when they're making like. What are you doing? Hello, Tasharia. How are you? It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. We are just talking about free ADHD online testing. Mm. Oh, Shelly, what was I saying? Not as bad, but yes. Hello, hello, hello. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. So we just did one test, a free ADHD test, and my results were, let's go back over here and let's go here. ADHD likely. Now, sinus squirrel. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's driving me nuts. I had to change my allergy medicine up. The trees, I guess the trees blooming or whatever, the pollen from the trees, it's just it I had to change my allergy medicine. I still take my nighttime medicine, but I had to change to Claritin so I could have it during the daytime. All right, so that's my results for that test. And if you're interested in taking that test, like I said, I shared the in here in the chat. If you go back, I don't know if you can do that, but I shared the link up there for this specific test. You can also put in your search free ADHD testing, and this one is from MHA, Mental Health Association National.org. Mental Health America, not association. mentalhealthamerica.org. Let me put it back up here. Yeah. mentalhealthamerica.org. And so they do give you the results. You don't have to pay for them, which I appreciate because I don't like all those. I think if you got to pay for your results, I'm like, what is this really a valid test? Or they're just trying to make money, like those IQ tests, and then even some ADHD tests, they make you pay for your results. I'm like, seriously? So there is that. Okay. Let me get back on there. Yeah, here we are. Okay. Okie dokie. So I think Joe must have had to pop out because I don't see her. But I saw that there were going to be some really bad storms in her area. All right, so I'm going to remove this, and then we're going to add another test. So I'm going to share screen with the ADDA. Now, this is just attention deficit disorder. This doesn't say hyperactivity. Share. Okay. So I am also going to, I've seen a test you can take online to find out if you have PTSD. Wow. Do you have the link, Shelly? Would you mind putting that? You could put it in the chat if you would rather than put it here. But I am interested in that. I can't say for sure that I am a PTSD survivor because I don't remember most of my childhood, but I think I've told you guys the story that since I'm doing okay, I spoke with my therapist and she said, there are things we may uncover that are very unpleasant. And since it's not affecting your daily life right now, but you have to pay for the results. See, I don't think those are legitimate. If you have to pay for the results, something's not right. So put free in front of it. When you go to search it, put free in front of it. Right. That's what I'm thinking. If you've got to pay for the results, something's not right. Right? Because how are they making money from this? How, why are they making money? Not how. Why? We know how they're charging you, but why are they making money from this? So the next time you search it, put free in front of it and then go past all the sponsored ones. And that's where I found these 3 free tests when I searched free ADHD testing for adults. Yeah. And I would suspect it as well, Shelly. I would suspect it because people want your money. So are they legit? Are the questions legit? Are the answers in the evaluation, is it legit? That's just me. I'm old school, a little negative. So yeah, you guys, if you've seen any that are free, let us know. So okie dokie. So did I already share that to the, okay. Oh, it does say, this is the ADDA website. Let's see if I can get that. Let me go over to here. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to copy oops. Control C. And I'm going to put it in the chat here. I didn't search it. I've seen it on TikTok and Facebook. Oh. Yeah, so if they're advertising it, yeah. So this is the link to the next test I'm going to take, and I need to check our time. That.org right there. It's 2:14. I think we'll do the last test next week or the week after. Depending on, because I know everybody's going to be getting busy because it's summer or it's spring right now, but summer. And it's raining today, but I have to tell you that helps my allergies be better, the rain. And I need to change my furnace filter as well. I keep forgetting that. See, I keep forgetting it. It's very important, but I forget it. All right, let's go to the test. Adult ADHD test. Carefully read the questions and select the answer that best reflects your experience. Once you've answered all the questions, we'll email you the results of your quiz right away. Oh, so these guys are going to email me. How often do you have difficulty concentrating what people say to you, even when they are speaking to you directly? I would say sometimes. it depends on if it's interesting to me or not, right? Am I the only one? How often do you leave your seat in meetings? And we already talked about a lot of these questions are going to be doubled. I hate meetings. I'm getting up to go to the bathroom at least once and I'm taking a long time. How often do you have difficulty unwinding and relaxing? Now, I don't. Rarely do I have difficulty relaxing. When you're in a conversation, how often do you find yourself finishing the sentence of people you are talking to before they can finish it themselves? In the DSM-5, I want to do some lives on that book too as well. I used to be really bad when I was younger. I would say in my 20s, 30-ish, but I realized, I would say probably not until I was in my late 30s, 40s, that it is rude and it is not helpful. And you're not hearing the person, you know what I mean? So I rarely ever do that anymore. Rarely. But I do sometimes do it if the conversation is going on and on and on and on. How often do you put things off until the last minute? Oh, always. I am a huge procrastinator. Huge. How often do you depend on others to keep your life in order and attend to details? How often do you depend on others to keep your life in order? I don't do that. Depend on others. Never. What gender do you identify as? Female. What age group are you in? Great job. You finished the quiz. Get your results. Just let us know where to send it. Continue. Type your email address. Click finish. We'll email your test results shortly. Real lady electrician shift at, where are you at see, I'm not a good typer, at live.com. Finish. Now I thought that this one was a no pay one, so you scored 1311 on the ADHD test. How accurate is it? Are you looking for a paper version of the test? How to spot it? What's the most mistake? Okay, so I'm going to go to my email and see if it showed up. Shouldn't take too long. Remove this. Let's go here. Let's go to here. Oh, I don't see it. Maybe it takes a while to get it. I don't have it yet. That one was a really short one. And the last one, that's why I want to do the last one next week, is because, or the week after, because I'm this one, it's Psychology Today, and it's a nice long one. Real lady. We can go over. We have no time limit. Shelly. Hopefully no cost of, right. I'm hoping that it's not a cost. That's why I was looking for it. So I can let you guys know if it is a cost, not to let's see, our real lady inbox. Still haven't received it. I hate that when that happens. It takes forever to get something. It's supposed to be instantaneous, right? Larger. Okay, we're gonna make. Oh, I am bigger right now. Okay, so yeah, hopefully no. I won't have to pay for that one because I did take it before, so I don't think I did have to pay for it. Okay, I think I got the results right now. No. I don't know. Maybe I should have gone back to there and find out because it's not showing up. I will let you guys know next week if I did receive it. And so the next one is going to be this one. And this one is a lot longer. This one is much more detailed. So this will probably take us an hour just to take it. So that was my favorite one, I want to say, because it was so in-depth. And Psychology Today, is a trusted source. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, this one's only 20 questions. No, that's weird. So was it the first one that I liked the better? I thought I liked Psychology Today the better. Well, why don't we go over it? It says it's super quick, and I still haven't gotten an email yet. I might have to go back there and find an email. Okay, we have no patience for the waiting thing. I know, it's supposed to be instantaneous, right? All the, let's do this so I can go back here. And then I will open this. Oh, no. It probably doesn't still have my, nope. We use cookies. Nope. Thank you, but no. Okay. And I was having trouble with my computer today, which was driving me crazy as well. No. Minimize. Okay, here we go. StreamYard. That's my husband. Hello. Coffee's made. I wonder if they're not going to send it to me. I don't know. I thought the other one was good. All right. So we're going to continue on with this next one because it is a short one. StreamYard Studio. Okay, I got to go here. All right. So this is Psychology Today. I'm going to put that there into the chat so you guys can see. Oh, just make sure you let us know what it's under, because that would be fine. Let's see, Command V. There it is. This is the link for the next test. Yeah, if you're having trouble with people just, on your channel just being rude, then I absolutely would do that. And right now, since it's been so long, my old videos, I mean, I still have the Curology video and everything. You need to weed out, yeah. That's the only ones I would save probably, because that's the one that I have the most hits on, is the one about canceling Curology because it was so hard. Yeah, I have over 1,000 views on that video alone. But that was one of the first ones I did when I first started in, what was it, 2018. I can't remember what year it was. I think it was 2019 when I started. I'd have to go back and look, but I would change it too if I was having any difficulties. Yeah. As far as, like I said, keeping my old videos, those are the only ones I would want to save. Still no thingy here. Oh, I gave them the wrong email. That's what happened. It's outlook.com, not live.com. All right. That's why I'm not getting it, guys. So I'm going to try it again, and I will give my results next week. I can't believe I did that. I know some people don't get your humor. It's a little dry, but I love it. And if they don't like it, why do they watch your channel? Do you know what I mean? If they can't get it, if they can't take it, you know what I mean? Don't watch Shelly, because you have a good heart. Everybody knows you have or all of us here know you have a good heart. And when you're kidding around, it's just kidding around. So, yeah, some people just can't take it. Yeah, because I know I have the sarcasm gene as well, and so I've had to quell that because a lot of people just don't understand it. Love you. That was my husband going in his man cave. Okay, let's take this quiz. It's a very short one, it says. All right. I think the longer one is going to be more accurate than the shorter one. So I frequently make typos, mixations, and careless errors at work. Um, Not anymore. I talk more than others or more than I think I should. I used to when I was younger, but not anymore. I find it hard to follow along with lectures. Oh, totally agree. I often start tasks so late that I miss the deadline. Oh, agree. I find it easy to sit still for long periods of time. Sometimes. When someone asks me to complete an important task, I usually do so without being reminded. I would say I agree. If it's important, I'm going to do it right away. I find myself avoiding tasks that require a lot of focus. No. I'm always losing my keys, my wallet, or other important items. I do. Waiting in line is excruciating for me. No. When someone asks me a question, I often start answering before they finish speaking. I used to do that when I was younger. I don't do that anymore. I often do whatever pops into my head first, even if it's not the best choice. I used to do that when I was younger. I frequently abandoned tasks halfway through because someone else distracted me. Yeah. If someone else is talking or making noise while I'm working, it's hard for me to stay focused. I would say disagree. I get easily frustrated or upset. When I was younger, I used to, but not anymore. I get so absorbed in my hobbies that I feel disconnected from the rest of the world. Um, Now, that is true. I love my hobbies. I usually pay my bills on time. and I do now, but when I was younger, I was horrible at it. I feel uncomfortable if I'm not moving, even just fidgeting my fingers. Sometimes I often do things I know are risky or even dangerous. No. Now, when I was younger, totally different story. I find it easy to sit and do a quiet task like reading a book or watching a movie. Um, if I'm watching a movie by myself, I will often rewind it like 6 or 7 times. I often butt into conversations I'm a part of. Sometimes I do that. Yes, score test. Some signs of ADHD. Some signs of ADHD. And so that's what the first test said. It wasn't like really, I look at it this way: can't handle the heat, stay out of the kitchen. Absolutely, Shelly. Go to another channel. So, so that's not a surprise, especially if you're here for the first test. The first test was more in depth, and a lot of those questions were on the first test. So, so I'm gonna take that second test over and give them the right email address. That's what I did. I gave them the wrong email address. So, let's see. Put them back over here. And so I have some signs of it. And I think there's, just like autism, I think there's a spectrum for everything. Even mental health, like your anxiety can be high or it can just be low or it can be, wherever, depending on the day. That's how I am. And if I took my meds as well. But which questions made it ADHD-ish? Oh, I closed it. Um, like, remember when I was answering and I said when I was younger, I was really bad at it. And you know how people say you're older, you're wiser. So I had to learn. If I had known back then that I had some signs of ADHD, I may have had a better quality of life when I was younger. I was messed up and married, and my husband had to deal with all that stuff. but he was messed up too. So we were both kind of, just I was 21 when I got married. So, like the question of always interrupting people. I used to do that when I was younger. I had to learn over the years not to do that, and that it was rude, and that I wasn't the smartest and the know it all. I needed to find my place. That took what, 30 years. So I could, if I had known I had ADHD, it may not have taken me 30 years. You still do. See, and I can be that way. I have to work really hard not to. I have to, in my head, I have to say, Crystal, this person is talking. You need to pay attention. I have to talk myself through it, because if I don't, and I just go off what my brain would naturally do, I will interrupt somebody or finish sentences, and that's rude as well. And all the time I was a kid, I was doing this and nobody said it was rude, or a family member was doing it and nobody said it was rude. So I didn't know it was rude until I went into the real world, and people would get offended. Like I would say something and not even mean it a certain way, and they would take it a certain way and be mad at me. And that happened to me a lot, and I didn't understand. Um, it could be because I interrupted them or cut them off. Um, or it was just a sarcastic remark. So, in order to get along with people better, because like I was in the public, and like I worked fast food, I was a nail tech, then I went to the steel mill, and I had to work around all different kinds of people there. And then even into by the time I got to the what was it called, to the factory that I really enjoyed before I had to leave. By the time I got there, I was good at it, but I had to learn through all those jobs. So I messed up a lot of times. I learned to do it more being on YouTube. Yeah, 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 because then people would make remarks, right? So I still sometimes do it, especially if my anxiety is high, or if I'm bored, really bored in a situation like a meeting. Oh, I can't stand a meeting. I'm so glad I don't have to be in meetings anymore. And I didn't have to be in meetings at my last job at the factory, which is one of the reasons I loved it. Um, so, and you've probably been in this situation too, Shelley, where you have all the qualities of a leader, but I never had the social skills of a leader. So when I was put in leadership positions, I didn't know how to act, and I had to learn how to act. And then often I came to hate those leadership positions because I didn't want to be a leader. Um, are you a Leo? I can't remember. But I am a Scorpio. So we are like born, and I'm not bragging because I hate it. Like for some reason, and especially if no one will, like if you're in a situation and they say, "Can we get a volunteer for this?" and nobody will volunteer, I'll be like, "I will do it." Like that kind of stuff. Well, since I'm not working anymore, I don't have to worry about that. You're Aquarius. My problem is if I wait, I'll forget what I wanted to say. Yeah. Oh, right. And so you're like, I got to get it out. But you have to be careful, because if you interrupt them or cut them off, and they'll get mad at you. And I'm like, but this is really important and I needed to say it. But they don't understand. They don't care. Because a lot of people are not, don't care about your opinion, but you. Yes. Yes. So I try to keep it to myself. I figure if it's that important, I will be able to, maybe get it out later. I don't know. But I had to stop doing that because I started to, um, how when you're younger, we're basically sociopaths when we're young people, when we're like in our teens and stuff. We're selfish. We don't really think about other people's feelings, empathy, that kind of stuff. But our parents are supposed to teach us those things. But if they don't have those qualities, they can't teach them to us. So when we go into the adult world, we take with us from when we were young, and so I never thought it was weird or dysfunctional or anything until I got out in the real world. And that's when I had to start learning, which made it difficult for me. So, and I'm not blaming my parents, but if I had started learning younger, by the time I went out into the real world, I would have been a better person. That's the part need to learn is people don't care about my opinion. I know. I had to learn that as well. And I can't remember when I did. But I did learn it. I can't remember when or how, or I just learned that. And then sometimes I'll say to myself, and I can't remember where I heard this either, like, will the world end if this doesn't happen or if this does happen? So if I don't say these words, will the world end? No. I am not important enough to be in control of that. I'm just not. So if the world's not going to end, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut unless somebody asks me. I'm better one on one. I don't like meetings. If you want my opinion, you should ask me individually and then we can have a discussion. But I don't want to be in like a meeting where you got 20 people saying their opinion with yours. Um, and you don't get anything accomplished. I'm better one on one with people, even to this day. Can an old dog learn new tricks? I think so. Like I told you, I don't remember when I learned it, and when I heard it, is I'm sure it was from a therapist. Is the world going to end if I don't say this or do this? Or if I act a certain way, will the world end? Is there something I need? You know what I mean? That was something I did a lot earlier in my life. I would say in my 30s. And that helped me a lot, but it wasn't perfect. you know, I didn't actually become chill until I went through a lot of therapy. And I would say I was in my 40s. I would say in my 40s is where that was my sweet spot. But after, if I had learned 10 years earlier how to how to act right in society, because we didn't go out to eat, we didn't go and do anything. We were always just home, or at school. And so we didn't learn manners at the dinner table. We didn't learn how to speak to people. I had never even been at a funeral until I was 19. And it just devastated me. It was my grandpa. It just devastated me. If I had gone when I was younger, I would have learned how to act at a funeral or what it meant, what it was. So it might, we never know. I think an old dog can learn new tricks. It just depends on how you, I don't know. I don't know why I did it. I did work at KFC before I went to the steel mill, and there was a lady there, a Christian lady there. That's when I stopped swearing. And so I wasn't devout or religious or anything like that. I just, the way she handled herself, I really respected, and she wasn't pushing Jesus on you every 5 seconds. So I really respected her, and I'm thinking if that's when I learned it, but I definitely heard that phrase about will the world end? If you do this, will the world end or not? You know what I mean? I think I got that from a therapist. Or maybe Oprah, because I was really big into Oprah back then. It might, we never know. I read that wrong, I think. But what if we didn't say anything at that moment and the world did change because we're waiting? Well, that's why you gotta say that in your mind. Is this important enough that if I don't say it right now, the world might end? If it is, you should say it. Because you can answer that question with a yes or a no. It's not always a no. you know, what I had to learn, Shelly, was I had to learn to stand up for myself, but not be angry and defensive. And that was hard for me because that's how I dealt with my childhood. If somebody was being mean to me, I would be mean back. I beat up several male cousins because they would pick on me. And I was the oldest, so I don't know if I was a little bigger than them, but I was, but my dad would fist fight his brothers, so I saw that and I thought that was normal. Eventually, they stopped picking on me because they would get beat up by a girl, and that was when I was really young, like 11, 12. I say it because I have major brain farts. I think we all do right now, Shelly. I think we all do in our age group. It's just it is what it is. Um, Menopausal, hormonal brain fog, brain farts. So yeah, that is. Be right back. Dog wants out. Okie doke. Um, so yeah, I had a lot to learn, and I'm glad I learned it. I mean, it could have been easier if I had been shown how to be, but my parents didn't know how to be either. So, you know, now um, kids are used to being out in the public, and I did sports at school. I never did any varsity sports. I did mostly junior varsity, and I didn't have like a big world view where kids now, I mean, our vacations were to Tennessee to see my dad's family, and they were up in the hills. It's not like we learned anything there either. Yeah, we were just, they had an outhouse. We hated going there. I liked my cousin, but she was much older. So the first time we went, she was hanging out with us, but the next time we went to visit her, she was just in Du Bois by then. And let's see, what else can I tell you about my life? But yeah, so I think I've always had it. I was never diagnosed with it because I wasn't hyper. I think I have the attention deficit part. And that's what some of these are showing me, that I'm not really hyper. That's why it's saying, I think that's why it's saying partly because I don't have the hyperactive part. And I never have. I've always been like a daydreamer. So um even at school when I was little, or at home when I was young, I would just daydream, like zone out. And so at school it was a problem. And my parents didn't really follow through. I don't even know if we had parent teacher stuff like they do now back then. Um, yeah. Uh, so it is what it is. So, is there anything else you guys want to talk about today? We can talk as long as you want. And there are four of us here. I think that's including me. Yeah. And I keep, so to get my house, to get this straight, I have to turn my computer crooked. And I have to tell you, it's annoying. It's annoying me. So I keep straightening my computer, and then the line is crooked up here. See that line right there? That's my ceiling. So if I want that to be straight and look all nice, and, because I'm weird like that, and up a little bit right there. So my computer is not straight. So it's driving me crazy. Does that make sense to anybody? The picture looks good, but then when I straighten my computer, this is what I get. And then that bothers me. So then I adjust my computer. Hi, Shelly. I was just talking about how my computer is irritating me. So if there's anything else you guys want to talk about, let me know, because we took all the tests. And I think what the kind of have ADHD, being straight is boring. Oh, uh, the crooked is driving me nuts though. 'Cause see, so this is straight, but my computer's crooked. So when I straighten my computer, this is crooked. So it's irritating me that way. So then I do this to straighten it, and then my computer's crooked. I'm just going back and forth with myself. It's crazy. I finished my coffee. That's good. So, what was I saying? Oh, where it says you kind of have ADHD. Was that a question from you, Shelley? I think what it is I have the AD part. I don't have the HD. I'm not hyper. I've never been hyper. Um, I'm. We all nuts. It's not the computer. True enough. It's not the computer. It's me. Oh, but look, I'm a little crooked there. Okay. So yeah, so I think that's why it wasn't like full on ADHD, because I don't have the hyperactivity part. I just have the attention deficit part. And I think I've had it since I was little and undiagnosed, and so I had a lot of trouble through school. And like I said, until I was in my 40s, I really wasn't comfortable with myself in social situations. I really wasn't comfortable around new people. And I will tell you that YouTube has helped me a lot. Like Shelly, like you were saying, YouTube has helped me a lot as far as talking to people that I don't really know. Um, and I'm still not good. I love this, but when I'm in front of like 100 people to speak or whatever, even 10, I that I don't like it. I don't want to do it. I will do it, but what happens is my whole face turns red and I'm embarrassed, and I'm doing this a lot more than I normally do. So YouTube has helped me as well. Being nuts keeps people on their toes because they never know what's coming next from us. Right? And one of the things I still do is I will miss my turn. Even with the GPS on, sometimes I will miss my turn. But that's why I use the GPS all the time, because it's less likely for me to miss my turn. So when I miss my turn, I've told you about my bestie that's here from second grade. Her daughter is like a niece to me, and if she's with me when she was littler, now she doesn't believe me because she's like in her 20s. But when she was littler, I would say, "Oh, we're just going on a adventure. We'll I'm gonna get you home soon, but we're just gonna go on a little adventure, around here and back up." So I would tell her, "Oh no, it's an adventure. I didn't miss my turn. We're going on an adventure. I'm not nuts. I'm nuts." I am right there with you. But yeah, I do that even today all the time, because even with the GPS on, if I zone out and I'm not paying attention, I've learned when she says turn, you don't turn right away, because if you do, you miss the other turn. So I do that a lot. And then if I'm like, okay, so she said it, but I need to look at the little map, and then I'm okay if I'm watching the map while I'm going. But if I just say, "Oh, it's not time yet," and I wait, then sometimes I miss my turn. Or if I don't have the GPS on at all, I will often miss my turn. And sometimes I just don't understand what she's talking about, to be honest with you, on the GPS. So it's Google Maps. I use it all the time, so I should be used to it. But sharp turn left, gradual turn right. I don't know. So I'm better if I can see the screen, which is a complaint I have now, because in the state of Michigan, you cannot touch your phone, you cannot be on your phone, and they've got cops out looking to see if you're on your phone. They're in they're not in cop cars. They're, what is that called? Unmarked cars, and then they'll call their cop friends in the cop car, and then they will pull you over. That's something new in the state, and it's the state of Michigan because it's Michigan State Police that's doing it. And when I have to look at the GPS over here, I feel like that's more distractive than when I had my GPS on the steering wheel. It was right here. I could see here and look down and see the GPS. But I can't have it on my steering wheel anymore because they will pull me over and give me a ticket. So I'm not sure what to do because I think that looking over here is much more distracting. Looking this way and not looking just up and down. Because when I look over here, I'm not seeing what's in front of me. That's a complaint. I might have to have surgery on my neck and can't have it because I have known one to take me to the hospital. Oh, Shelly, what about your insurance? Do you have some way that your insurance can take you to the hospital? And is your neck, is it from like an accident or some previous issues? Or no worries, Joe. No worries. Yeah, try with your insurance to get a ride, because if that's something, they won't stay. No, they won't. But they'll pick you back up and take you home. Right? Oh, the person has to stay there. Oh, Shelly. Um, let's see. It's almost 3. Do you guys want to do a private chat? Shelly, Joe, whoever's still left here? Are you feeling up to it, Shelly? I know me and Joe like the private chat, so let me know if anybody's interested in the comments. We just have a few minutes left. So the verdict is that I do have AD, not HD. And again, like I said, the whole thing behind that is if I had known, it doesn't matter if you cough. It doesn't matter if you cough. Joe's up for it. Shelly, it's okay if you're coughing. I'm coughing too. I told you my allergies are going crazy. And we'll only do it for a little bit, but I have to go. You said you want to stay on for a long time, so. And do you cough more than me? Seriously? Because I cough a lot, right? I was having a fit. I think before you even came, Shelly, I was having a coughing fit for like 10 minutes. So I would like to talk to you about this surgery, please. Right, Joe? It was called a joke. What joke? The coughing part? That was not a joke. You were trying to get out of it. You can tell us. We know. We know. And you don't even have to put the video on if you don't feel like it. Okay. Let me go to StreamYard. And I will get the link and I will put it in. Or how do I do? What do I? We go offline and I put the link in there, like, because it'll say. What will it say here? It'll say, okay, share screen, and this will say, oh, it says invite guest. So I will copy this. And what I'll do is at the end, we'll take the live off, but I will put this here. And then I think you can get to this live when I'm off. Oh, staying on a long time was a joke. Oh, I know. I will end the live, yes, and then we will come up. Let's see. It's 2:55. So it looks like there's only 3 of us here because I am still on myself. Anybody else here that wants to join the live? Let's see. I think it's just the 3 of us. Oh, I got to share that link with you guys. If you want, I can put it into the chat, into the Instagram chat. Are you putting in IG Messenger? Yeah, I'll put it in there because you can just click it, I think, in there. So let's go to StreamYard. Hi, Joe. Let me go end stream. End stream.